And you got the end of cycle 2 right there, guys. Okay, that's the end of it. That is the end of it. If you would have jumped in chasing this trade, this would have been the end of you right there, because price was going to stall. You had a complete collapse in volatility as well. And price didn't continue moving up the way a lot of people would have probably imagined on this second bar right here. You would have been toast right here. That would have been the end of you. This is how understanding market structure really helps a lot. Before we get started, just a quick disclaimer. I'm not a licensed financial advisor, and nothing discussed in this session should be considered financial advice or even trading advice or investment advice. For that, you know the drill. Consult your licensed financial pro. Now, the whole purpose of these trader huddles and post-market recaps, strictly educational. It's to really demonstrate how our systems behave, how the signals are interpreted, and how to apply structure in real market conditions. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and dive right into this today. My name is Chris, and I'm the Algo Trader here on TikTok as well as over on our YouTube channel. I got some really fun stuff for you today. In fact, in today's recap of the NASDAQ 100 futures, we've actually got two things we're going to be focused on. First, we're going to take a quick peek at Moby. Then we're going to transition into the Cycle Hunter system. Now, this morning, the market popped at the open. The worst of people's fears were put to rest last night at 8 p.m. When the announcement was made by Donald Trump. And this is where things get interesting, because a lot of traders probably saw that move and they either chased it, misread it, or got caught on the wrong side. So what we're going to do first is we're going to break down how the mid-time frames inside the whale hunter system would have actually saved you from what could have easily turned into a catastrophic move. And I'm sure that was the case for a lot of people. We're going to walk through where the trap was, how it formed, and how the system keeps you out of trouble. So this is this morning session, 9:45 a.m., okay? And here's the exact trap that caught a lot of people off guard, especially those who practice breakout trading, which is probably one of the dumbest things out there because it really messes you up in a lot of ways. And we're going to see exactly how that would have caught someone in the trap today, okay? So whale hunter system right here, guys. We just had the close of the 9:45 candle, and the 10 a.m. candle actually just opened. So at the close of the 9:45 candle, we clearly have a bias with Moby to the upside. We can all agree on this right here, okay? Definitely biased to the upside, and your bias is definitely to the upside right here as well, with both cycle and momentum rising, okay? So bias to the upside here is good. Bias to the upside here is great. So you know the drill. Your very next step is to step down to your midterms and try to see where the rotation is taking place inside of this 15-minute candle so you can jump in at the right time and take the trade. So if we drop down over to the 5 minutes, which is kind of a sequence, we like the 5, the 4, and then we execute on the 1, right? So if we look here at the 5, okay, I really want one of you guys or anyone who wants to volunteer, tell me what exactly do you see that's wrong with this picture right here that could be a major cause for concern. Right here, okay, just looking at SIMO only, okay? This is your market structure tool, okay? If you're looking at this, what could be the dead giveaway that something is about to happen that may not end good for you? Okay, so Wally says cycle 2. Silent Noise says Mo is in trend mode. Yep. Jam says the end of cycle 2. And that's right, guys. Congrats to all of you guys, and thanks for responding. Very much appreciate that. You hit the nail on the head, guys. You're almost at the end of cycle number 2, okay? This would be cycle 1, the end of cycle 1. Mo just continues taking off. You see this? Just goes right up towards the end of the close, about 3:50 in the afternoon yesterday. And it just kind of goes flush right here, and it goes right back up. And this is really the end of cycle number 2. Cycle 1, Mo goes up. Cycle 2, you're almost at the end of cycle 2. And we know for a fact, okay, that the end of cycle 2 really marks the end of the rotation to the upside. Now, if you want extra confirmation to kind of make you feel fuzzy and warm, look at your 4 minute right there. Now, You honestly tell me, if this isn't clear enough to tell you that this is a red flag, I don't know what is. Okay, really. Because when you look at this from a market structure perspective and you see the end of cycle 2 right there, this is the beginning of cycle 1. Okay, that's the end of cycle 1. Mo takes off. Okay, that's, it's been in trend mode since about 3:42 yesterday afternoon, right there, all the way up. And this is the end of cycle 2. That is probably one of the clearest warning flags that something's about to happen. And if you were to see something like this, guys, this isn't for you to start chasing. It's for you to back down and wait for opportunity to come back. Because look at what eventually happens if we went ahead and played this right here. And I'll just kind of play the 5 minute right here because the 5 minute hasn't finished its cycle rotation, but we'll play that right there and see how it goes. Okay, cycle 2 is almost ending right there. And you got the end of cycle 2 right there, guys. Okay, that's the end of it. That is the end of it. If you would have jumped in chasing this trade, this would have been the end of you right there because price was going to stall. You had a complete collapse in volatility as well. And price didn't continue moving up the way a lot of people would have probably imagined on this second bar right here. You would have been toast right here. That would have been the end of you. This is how understanding market structure really helps a lot. If you sit at your desk in the morning and you're looking at this, okay, always make sure you understand where you're at in the cycle rotation, because if you would have just jumped in and you would have looked at this right here thinking that this was the beginning of cycle 1 without understanding that cycle 1 began over here when it went up and Mo continued going up, chasing this trade right here would not have ended good. And both the 4 minute and the 5 minute, this is the 5 minute and the 4 minute right here, told you clearly that this was the end of the rotation to the upside. And if you guys remember, I've said many times that in any given trend, you typically have 2 cycles. 2 cycles in the direction of the move. In this case, it was cycle 1, cycle 2, and that's the end of it. In about 35% of the cases, you'll get cycle number 3. And if it's going up, it's known as a blow off top, okay? Did not happen here. That means that the vast majority of trends are going to have 2 cycle rotations in the direction of the move. And if that's the case and you're able to identify them right here as the beginning of cycle 1, the end of cycle 2 on the 4, same thing with the 5, you know not to chase. You know that these aren't going to be trades that are going to be working as you probably thought because of the strength of this bar. Look at this. This was a massive bar. Who would have thought that this bar was actually going to stall and then go sideways? No way in heck you're going to find out that this is going to stall and go sideways unless you have something that's actually measuring the cyclic strength of the move. And that's exactly why you have SIMO on the 5 and the 4 to really help you understand what's going on inside these bars, and so that you don't end up chasing and then get caught in a move that's not going to go anywhere. Okay, so this is an example of how using the lower time frames, the midterms, the 5 and the 4 would have saved you from a catastrophic entry today using the whale hunter system. And God forbid, if you didn't have something like this, yeah, you probably would have got caught in one of these bars and it would not have ended good. Here's what I want you to do. Go back and replay today's session, run it through, check Moby out, understand what structure was telling you in Moby so that you won't make the same mistakes a lot of rookie traders make when they're trying to chase price. Okay, understand what happened on the 5 and the 4. Understand how to read market structure on the 5 and the 4 so that you never make a mistake like a lot of rookies probably did today that didn't have SIMO on their midterm time frames. Okay, so you don't learn this by watching, guys. You learn this by recognition, by repetition, and this is how you build pattern recognition, timing, and execution, and confidence in your trades. Okay, and for those of you still watching, if you're interested in any of the systems, the links are in my bio.